Hello, Space Explorers, and welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin. Last time, we took care of the impact site and the forest navel, thanks to our lovely blue Pikmin. Today's episode will be solely dedicated to cleaning up the remainder of the Forest of Hope. There's only 4 ship parts left, and I'm pretty sure it's possible to get all of the remaining ship parts in one day. In fact, there are speedrunners that are able to get every part in one day through some insane speedrun strats, let me tell you. This is the GameCube version though, so at least some of those strats won't be applicable, but I will say that it is probably possible to get the 4 ship parts in one day, but considering the format of the Let's Play, it's just more like, why go through all that? So we're going to go with a fairly balanced army of 40 reds, 40 blues, and 20 yellows. I'm also a bit concerned about the population numbers. It feels like we should have more red Pikmin. So believe it or not, we're probably going to be trying to grow the red Pikmin numbers a bit. I think that's a good side objective to do. We'll kill dwarf Bulborbs here and there. Throw Pikmin onto their backs if possible. Sometimes it's easier said than done. So, bada bing, bada boom. Bunch of these things over here. They may or may not get in the way of obtaining certain ship parts, so it is actually not a bad idea to try and take care of some of these. We're also going to want to try and take out some Bulborbs. With 100 Pikmin, this should be fine and doable. So let's just, swarm them from the back and get them all at once, and there you go. This one, I believe, is also concerning, so we want to do this. Yep. There we go. Take care of that Bulborb. The Bulborb over here is not of any concern, but we will get this dwarf just in case, because sometimes the dwarfs can be a little annoying. Sometimes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's go ahead and get some reds to get the Bulborb over there. Please. All right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep them on that. And we're also 2, 3. Let's get the reds to get these Bulborbs as well. And this spot over here, let's get our yellows to get the bomb rocks here. Extract the bomb rocks from these cans for all they're worth, I'm telling you. Because you're going to want to. You're definitely going to want to. We'll do a split up here. The remaining reds, we're going to use them to get 2, 3. May as well just get the pellets. Even though they're not matching, it's just like, whatever, Just kind of grab those. And then, I'm going to leave the rest of the Pikmin over here. Because we're going to want to go over this bridge. Because we got all these shear grubs. Now, the main ones to worry about are the purple male shear grubs, because those are the ones that can actually kill your Pikmin. The other ones, you could kill them with Pikmin, it might be a little faster, but Olimar can take care of them at a pretty good pace. So that's what we're going to do. We still got 4 reds, so we're going to try and clear this out by having 1 each get them. I think the males might yield slightly more seed, but okay, now we're in a pretty awkward spot. It looks like they don't want to get the bodies, so they just want to work on the bridge. So we're going to leave them there, and then with the blues, we have 40 blues. We're going to want some of them to work on the bridge over here. Yeah, because there's a ship part over there. You don't actually need blues for this. There's actually a way to do it with reds, but it's very risky. It's something mostly only speedrunners do. So I think we're going to not worry about that. And the rest of the blues, I guess we'll try and have them bum rush this bridge because we gotta try and finish it off, or gotta try and catch it up. So they can work on that, and we can grab the reds that are back here. They were doing a good job of adding to the red Pikmin population. Yeah, I'd say it's looking a lot better now. So we can probably ignore that for the time being. And let's grab our yellows, because we do still have value for more bomb rocks. I won't say that much. And yeah, we're not terribly concerned about killing that Bulborb there, because it's not really going to serve much of a purpose. But let's go ahead and get yellows on the bomb rocks there. And we can get a couple of more because these are still the ones from the tutorial. The tutorial bomb rocks will always respawn, it seems like. I don't know. It's convenient, so can't complain at all, really. Alright, this bomb rock wall is a weak one. It's only going to require 3. Hopefully we're not too close. No, we are not. So 1, a 2, and then a 3. That's how many licks it takes to get the center of the Tootsie Pop. It's also how many bomb rocks. I'm mostly messing. Alright, so... Of course they have to do that. It's kind of annoying. We have 11 bomb rocks left. Now, I don't necessarily want to... I believe we've taken care of all of the rock walls in Forest of Hope, but there are still some rather strong walls scattered about. So we're going to come back here, and we're going to... So what I want to do first, actually, is I want to kill off this bulborb, and we can do this with 2 bomb rocks. So, 1, and now we're going to have to, like, try to dodge it. We're just going to go back here. Yeah, we're going to just go back here. Alright, I guess we're going to have to go all the way to where the extraordinary bolt was. And, oh my god. Oh my freaking god. Try to avoid the sheer grubs. Specifically the purple male ones, remember. Okay, and 1 more bomb rock should do it. That's freaking... It's just better to use one bomb rock and then kill it off with regular pigments. So we're just going to have to come back around with that. Which is fine. It looks like the blues are done with this bridge, so I guess they can come along with us to help us out. Why not? And I guess the ones that finished the bridge also brought in some of the sheer grub bodies, so that's fine. We're going to go back here where the reds are, because it's just going to be one of those situations. So we'll worry about that side probably the next in-game day. Alright? So what we're going to do here is we're going to take our 9 bomb rocks, and let's see if this will work. Toss. Well, okay, I guess I can take that. So we'll use a bomb rock there to get that bulborb. Yeah, it seems like 1 bomb rock takes exactly half of their health. So let's get this lucky with this shot, and there we go. Okay. So now let's step back a little bit. Let's let the bulborb calm down. He's a little irritated. We woke him up from a nap. So we'll just let him do that. I guess I can do this. I'm very wary of accidentally tossing a bomb rock yellow. Gotta make sure the adult bulborb is back in its roost. And then Swarm, which should be a lot easier to kill. Yep, it's a lot easier to kill when they have a lot less health. You know it? So, bam, okay. We can work with that. Now we take, I only need 10 blues, because for the next thing. Sure, 23. Why don't we do that? Alright, so, let's do this. We want to get as many of them pushing on that box as possible. Very good. Got a blue pellet here, so why not take that back? And I'll have them take back the, dwarf bulborb as well. Because, yeah, why not? And you know what? We're also going to have a gaggle of yellows and blues take back an adult bulborb. For the seed, I'm telling you. And then a couple are still left behind. That's alright. And we're going to take these blues out of here. And these blues can escort. Okay, I guess they're good. Notice that they were kind of scraping by that adult bulborb there, but it seems like the situation's good. Okay, got all 12 on there. So we're going to want to take our red Pikmin. We don't have too many of those, but we're going to be encountering a new enemy here. And that enemy is the burrowing Snagrit. but we only have to kill one specific burrowing snagger. The burrowing snagger is a combination of a bird and a snake, hence why it's called a snagret. Oh god. And they can be rather annoying to fight, because you need to wait for them to come up from the underground, and when they do, they can be, like this, they can be exposed, and they can be damaged, and potentially one cycle. Alright. But they are potentially the most threatening in Pikmin 1, I feel. In the next Pikmin game, they are a lot easier to deal with. For a myriad of reasons and motivations. And then in the third Pikmin game, I would say they're a little bit better than in the second game, but I don't know. It feels like they peak here in the first game, for what it's worth. So let's try and have Pikmin carry this ship part back. Because, yeah, the more the merrier, in case one of the other snaggers try to feed on them, you know? Now that we're done with that, it looks like the other bridge is done, which is excellent. So we can go over here. I think we're going to need 20 Pikmin total, though, because for some reason that ship part, even though it looks like one from the Forest Naval that only required 15, for some reason this one requires 20. Yes, it requires 20. This should be a fine number, though. So we've got one ship part coming, and we got another one. So it is possible to get all four. Barely. I found my Sagittarius. My son gave this to me as a present. It brings to mind visions of my son back home on planet Okate. Oh, to be back there right now. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, Olimar named his daughter Libra and his son Sagittarius, or it's their zodiac symbol or something like that. I don't know, something like that. But I've always found it interesting. I've always had a mild interest in the zodiac stuff, so I got a kick out of the ship part names for those, admittingly. So I'm not seeing any Pikmin seeds, so I guess none of the Pikmin that are carrying the ship part are dead? But we may have to go back to get some, Oh! It's the Geiger counter! Apparently the parts have merged together into one unholy union between the Pikmin. Every spaceship needs one of these, but I don't actually know what it's for. Every once in a while it goes wild and lets out a lot of noise, but I never pay much attention to it, so it doesn't do me much good. I really should read that manual one of these days. Yes, read the instruction manual, kiddies, because that's helpful. How did a red... Oh my god, I freaking know, too. I know. The freaking Pikmin got left behind because, like, you try to put a bunch of Pikmin to get a part, and then they don't... Anyway, the ship parts that change the appearance of the ship are my favorite ones, so yeah, the Geiger counter is kind of alright for that. Geiger counter, this noisy gauge is always letting off spontaneous clicks and buzzes. It can be kind of annoying. Then plug your ears. And here's the Sagittarius, the companion to the Libra. I don't know why one of them is 5 Pikmin heavier than the other when they look exactly the same, but... Oh, so it was a gift from his son. Oh, okay. So, the son gifted him the Sagittarius, and maybe the other one was, like, the other way around? Like, it was a gift from him to his daughter? Something like that. Thankfully, it's very easy to ignore the snaggerets if, you know, they're not in your way. This annoyance, where the red Pikmin is literally over there and it's so time-consuming to rescue. We're not even going to have time to take advantage of those 6 bomb rocks, I think. But gosh darn it, am I not going to try. Let's go ahead and grab the red Pikmin. I guess that one is the Steve of this playthrough. And we just try to grab the other 6 bomb rock yellows. Well, I guess on that note, we're definitely not going to have to raid more than 1 can tomorrow. In-game, I mean, so... Gotta count on the silver linings where you can get them. Yes, I know it's almost sundown. Yeah, we're not going to have enough time, actually, so I'm just going to go to sunset here, but it's alright, because it's still going to be the same episode. Right? Apparently in the Wii version, the new Play Control version, you can actually skip these cutscenes, but you can't do it on GameCube. There's a lot of little quality of life changes they added to the Wii version. And I think I touched on a couple of them, but one of them is that you can actually rewind to a previous day in the same save file. But here in the original, you can just copy your save files multiple times, and you get 3 slots per memory card, in a way. So if you have 2 memory cards, you have essentially 6 save files, split between the 2 in half. So I find that that kind of addition is really just like icing on the cake and not something necessary, but it is a change that was adopted for Pikmin 3, like even the Wii U version, so that's pretty neat. Iridescent Flint Beetle. This creature's hypnotic reflective body is quite hard, giving it a good defense against Pikmin attacks. Why then do the Pikmin chase it in such a frenzy? I wonder if it will undergo any change if I hit it directly with Pikmin. Possible. And look at that, we didn't lose any Pikmin at all today. Sometimes when carrying ship parts, they can be eaten up, or enemies that are nearby, like the burrowing snipers, can eat them up. Got pretty lucky there, but that's good. And the Pikmin number, population numbers are looking better too, but still, even though blues are my favorite, it just doesn't feel right for them to be the highest, so we definitely want to keep working on the red Pikmin population if we can. At any rate, with only 2 ship parts left, it's just going to be an easy sweep for one day. That said, we are going to have that side objective of raising the red Pikmin numbers. So instead of having a 40-40-20, like we did the previous day, what we're going to do is I think I'm going to go for a 50-30-20. 50 reds, so that way we can have more reds potentially propagating the species. 30 blues I think might be more than enough, to be honest. It might even be a little overkill, because we've essentially taken care of one of the primary uses of blue Pikmin in the Forest of Hope. Or at least one of the intended purposes. At any rate, we do want to get more bomb rocks. There we go. Looks like that bulb orb regenerates every day. Wow, okay. So maybe we didn't have to take care of that one to get the Geiger counter more easily. I don't know. This number looks like it might be good. If we need more, we know where to get them. I don't want to have to venture further out that way than I have to. Let's go all the way back over here. A little bit further. So, I guess these enemies regenerated too? Or am I missing something? Well, let's separate the bombs, because we don't want the bombs to get mixed up in trying to defeat regular run-of-the-mill enemies. And yes, I would count the adult bulb orbs into that equation. But don't you worry, when we make it to the distant spring, there's going to be an even harder version of the adult bulb orb. But actually, apparently they're called spotty bulb orbs here in the original Pikmin. So. But I think in later Pikmin games they're just called red bulb orbs. You know, just for future reference. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to have... Actually, we want to use all of our Pikmin for battle, because there's like this path of bulb orbs here. Got a dwarf over here. Try to, you know, get the instant kill there. Excellent. Our curious Pikmin will want to get rid of these sprouts, so let them get rid of the sprouts so they don't get in the way. Let's try to sidestep over here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa. Alright, let the dwarf... Oh my freaking god, no. No. Freaking no. Alright, apparently the dwarf bulb orb woke up the adult with the noises. We don't want that to happen though, so you need to stay behaved. And we're almost certainly going to have to kill that bulb orb, so, we're almost certainly going to have to kill it. And I just realized we didn't have to go all that way, because there's like bomb rocks over here, but here we go. By the way, I found the Nova Blaster. This emits a dazzling burst of light, capable of destroying almost anything. I'm not exactly sure about this, but the promotional brochure claims that its blast can travel into current to space-time, smashing through stars and into the rifts of space. The Nova Blaster is one of the optional ship parts that you don't need to see the good ending of Pikmin. You only need to get 25 of the 30. This is one of the optional ones. Hence why it was kind of a lower priority for me, you see. Anyways, I think we're just going to try and cheese it with bomb rocks, honestly. But it's a little difficult to do that. We got to do that. And let's throw that one there and... Bam! Alright, that's pretty good. That is pretty stinking good. Alright, so we want to take, we'll split up our forces here a little bit. Yeah, I said split them up. I said split them up, man. They're just messing with me. Well, actually, wait, I don't even want to do that. What am I talking about? Okay. So what we want to do, you know, if the Pikmin don't want to keep being curious, I used to be a sucker for that. When I first played these Pikmin games, with the way that the Pikmin AI sometimes will just seem to do whatever they want, I was a sucker for that. But as you get older and you replay the games and you expect things to run better and better and better, it's just not that way sometimes, unfortunately. So you just kind of have to deal with it. But gosh darn it, the Pikmin look cute doing it, so it's like one of the least frustrating, you know, actually frustrating elements that I've ever run into. We are gonna do this. So we definitely want to have red Pikmin doing the bulk of this. Remember, we do want to raise up the numbers. So, okay, we're good there. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna throw the blues that pellet just because. I believe, even after I put some red Pikmin on the bowl board here, we should still be fine. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to do 12, I think. And we're going to leave the remainder over there to get the ship part, alright? Eventually they're going to pick it up. Eventually. Sometimes they don't even want to listen to your whistles. These Pikmin will do whatever they freaking want. For better or for worse. But you just kind of have to roll with the punches, as it were. Alright, so we want to have 4 bombs, because it'll make that wall go down a lot quicker. Gotta remember, though, I have to remind myself, not to whistle them in the GameCube version of Pikmin 1. Gotta walk into them. Like so. Alright. And it is kind of weird, I will admit, it is kind of a weird number, 4 bomb rocks on this wall, but you're not really meant to do these walls with bomb rocks, I feel. The ones that are meant to be done with bomb rocks are the ones that can actually only be destroyed with bomb rocks, the rock walls. All of the bony walls can be taken down regularly, just that the dark ones take a long time. Nova Blaster. I'm actually not going to read this anymore because, again, it's an optional quote-unquote part, so we're just getting it just for the sake of completion. Anyway, there we go. We're all done with that. So we are actually going to use the remaining yellows because guess what? The yellows got to get some seeds too, so we're going to give them an adult bulboard. I think that's a pretty nice compensation, I would say. I believe... You know, there is going to be a mini-boss incoming here. You probably already saw it, because I was ignoring it. And actually, sometimes it is ignored when you're trying to do this. But what we're going to do is we're going to have 50 red Pikmin. Ideally, I would have more for this, but we're trying to respect the timer a little bit here. Matter of fact, why don't I just get more? I'll just stick them in here and... By the way, you can use the C-stick to move the Pikmin closer to Olimar, and though you'll actually toss them a little bit quicker. Just a little bit quicker. I would say that's a speedrun strat, but I think that's more of like a hidden thing you can do. So, yeah, we'll leave them there. We'll let the blues get some scraps of seeds a little bit. Since they are the highest, you know, they don't need to give them a lot, so... We'll give the yellows the 1 adult bulboard. We'll give the reds the majority, and... throw the rest of them a bone. Yeah, so we can do that. Yeah, this ought to be alright right here. What I want to do is I want to put some of the blues up and get some more reds. I actually kind of want to do that with the yellows too, because we're not going to need bomb rocks anymore. It's 1 ship part left, and it's behind the mini-boss, and we're going to have plenty of time to do it. So we just got to let things settle here, because when enemy carcass is brought back, sometimes it takes a while to like, register it. So we'll put up our 20 yellows. They do drop their bombs, but it's okay. It's alright. You relax. They don't blow up that way. Could you imagine? And we'll put up our 30 blues. I don't even think I want to get, like, all 100 red Pikmin, but I'm probably gonna anyway. I just might not bring all of them to the arena, but yeah, let's go ahead and get another 50 reds. That ought to top us off, and I'll toss one to that patch. Oh, we actually have, whoa, hold up. Hold on, might be doing this for the sake of it then. Wow, I didn't realize we had so many unflowered reds. Heck, some of these guys might be from, like, the tutorial day. Or, yeah, it might be doing that kind of situation over here. I think we're gonna leave the rest to, Nectar finding. Because we might still need a little bit of time. But let's see what we can do with as many reds as possible. Because this mini-boss coming up is pretty interesting, I think. Some of the Pikmin might slip off the edge. That's going to be totally fine, honestly. Try not to click the button too hard. I think the microphone will pick that up. That's pretty funny. So you still got to go around here, but you need blue Pikmin to destroy this wall that's under the water. Sort of. I think there's a speedrun strat that skips the blue Pikmin for that. As weird as that might be to imagine. So, yeah, we got 94 reds, which I think is going to be pretty good. Say hello to the Armored Cannon Beetle. How you defeat this thing? Get it to look at you, get it to prep up a rock, and toss Pikmin into the hole is what you're supposed to do. But sometimes it can be a little inaccurate. Okay, there we go. We got it that time. I don't know why it didn't work the first time. Remember that trick I told you? Get the Pikmin close to you with the C-stick and toss them frantically. Try to defeat the backside of the cannon beetle, and there you go. We lost a bunch, but it's going to be alright. Look at it. They're already taking it back. We got to take back this. At last, my radiation canopy. This turns the harsh radiation of deep space into soft infrared rays that are easy on the body. I'll sleep like a baby once I get this back to the ship. Although, fun fact, there's actually a little trick you can do with Olimar to make him do something like that. Believe it or not. So we will get a certain amount of Pikmin on the ship part. That's a good amount. We're going to want to put the rest on the Armored Cannon Beetle carcass. Oh, there's this guy. Yeah, we're going to want to do that. Because the Armored Cannon Beetle is going to give us a lot of seed. And I guess we can do that. Yeah, there we go. Plenty of time for the stuff to get back to the ship. We still got all these guys over here, I think. Yeah, so let me see if I can show off the trick. Hold down D on the D-pad. Olimar goes to sleep. And then Pikmin will take you back to the landing site. Isn't that neat? Apparently, you do anything, though, and it'll, like, undo it. Sorry, I kind of wanted to show that off, but, maybe we can show it off better over here. Yeah, even moving the camera, I think it'll mess things up. It'll make Olimar move, so... Yeah, nice little firework comes out of the onion. I forgot about that. That's a nice little detail. I'm glad I got to show that off. I didn't think I'd have time. It seemed like we were rushing this a little bit. Another part that has the image of the ship. I'll have to inspect it later to make sure it hasn't cracked. I'll be in for even more trouble if I have any radiation leaks. Well, we don't want those. So we can find just 10 more ship parts. The ship's capabilities will increase. Literally getting to 29 out of 30. But hey, it is what it is. So obviously we're going to have a lot more seeds. We got a little bit of raising action going on here. But, well, we do have another Bulbar we can kill, actually, and probably have enough time to kill it and bring it back. I'm probably going to do that, to be honest, so... But that is pretty much going to wrap up this episode. Oh, we didn't get any more nectar. Oh, dang, that would have been nice. Were there any other grass patches around here to get nectar? But anyway, we are done with the Forest of Hope. We're never going to have to see it again. We're going to leave it behind. Pretty good place. Pretty solid place to raise up your Pikmin numbers if you find the impact site a little too boring. But that is a thing you can consider. It is a thing you can consider. Yeah, so basically just spend the rest of our time just capturing... I have another freaking Bulborb over here. I guess this is another one that regenerates. Or we didn't bother killing it in the first place. Yeah, I think that's it. We didn't bother killing it in the first place. Can 80 reds finish it off, though? Apparently they can. So, yeah, just bring it on in, because We're going to be needing some red Pikmin for the Distant Spring. There are some tough enemies in the Distant Spring, let me tell you. And you don't want to mess with them. In fact, even though I'm usually able to completely clear some of these areas in 2 or 3 days, speedrunners obviously have been able to figure out how to do it in 1 day on the Wii version. But the Distant Spring is pretty tough for me to do even in 3. But I am going to try and shoot for that. I am going to try and finish in 3 days. That means it's going to be a whole episode for Distant Spring, and then the second one will be like half that and half whatever comes after that. Because there might be another area besides the Distant Spring. I don't know. I might be playing dumb. I might not want to tell anybody. That's fine. Alright, so I believe we currently have 100 reds, so now our total should be 267 reds, 129 yellows, and 233 blues. I don't think we need to worry about raising the Pikmin numbers anymore, so let's just go straight to sunset and forget about it. But anyways, next time on Let's Play Pikmin, we are gonna finally get a look at the Distant Spring and how tough of a location it can potentially be. Well, it is the final area you do when you're going for like the good ending of Pikmin. Not the perfect ending, which I am shooting for. The good ending, where Olimar does escape to safety, but it's not a very exciting ending compared to the one you get for getting all the ship parts. So we're going for all the ship parts. 10 days since impact. Hope has begun to well up within me for the dolphin's repair and my own chances for a reunion with my dear family. Tomorrow I shall go forth with a new attitude and continue my exploration in a different region. I hope that fortune will smile upon me. And there's your sneak preview, guys. Yeah, Pikmin numbers are looking really good. It sucks we lost some more to the Armored Cannon Beetle because apparently the collision detection's a little off. But at only 64 deaths, that's not bad. Hey, if it stays there, we can make a Nintendo 64 joke. What do you mean this is a GameCube game? This game came out the same year as, like, Paper Mario. Like, come on, this is a crossover year. It was a crossover year. What am I talking about? Anyway, see you guys next time on Let's Play Pikmin.